I'm looking for different sign of scat, because this is a very active den of some sort, and it's a very large den. I don't see any large prints though. We've had a lot of rain, all the soil is disturbed. But I'm telling you what, if I had some trap or some snares, they'd be going on right here. But you know, if I was hungry, and with everything that I've got on me, if there's an animal in here, I'm pretty confident that I would have a decent shot at getting a meal. This thing has multiple entrances and exits. I've got a pretty large tarp with me. I could seal off these other entrances with larger sticks, caging the animal in. And then over one entrance, maybe take the tarp and lay it out, and then lay logs along the edges. Get myself a club, start myself a fire, get some smoldering items, some punk wood, maybe moisten it a little bit so that it doesn't catch flame, but will smolder real good. Chuck that in here, create a lot of smoke. That animal's gonna wanna get out. It only has one way to go, into my tarp, where I'm sitting ready with a club. Is there an animal in there? I have no idea. But that is the approach that I personally would take if I had to do something here, if I was hungry. I wish I could actually demonstrate this, but let's be honest, I'm not going to do that for the sake of a camera, because I might end up burning this whole area down, being stupid. It's very green, so the chances of me doing something like that, and it's very wet right now, it's slim, but it's unnecessary, plain and simple. So the Revenant bag is something that you guys have seen a lot on my Facebook group. It's something that my mom and I made together. And it's a concept that it's not a new concept, okay? This is just something that was inspired to build because I went and seen the movie The Revenant. So it's basically just something that someone from that time era would crudely put together with a hide that they had with basic tools. And if you guys want to see more on this bag and its construction, I suggest you check out that particular video. One of the things that I had in mind when doing this is I wanted everybody to feel comfortable with being able to make modifications, things to their bag that they normally otherwise wouldn't feel comfortable making because of how beautiful the item is made or how flawless it has, or that it is. With this being constructed so crudely, everyone should feel very comfortable. But the thing about this bag is it's so just damn strong. You know, it's just built to last. This particular kit, a lot of people are going to look at and be like, oh my God, how much does that weigh? This has got to weigh a ton with all that leather and everything. Well, guys, right now as it stands, full of water, no food or anything like that. And I'm actually going to show you guys what I have in here at the moment. But right now, it's only 13 pounds. That's really not that bad considering I can take this entire kit as it is right now, drop it in a fire, and as long as I don't, take my time getting it out of the fire, there's no damage. None. They ain't gonna damage that. But anyway, with mine, I have got it set up to where I took a tad bit more slack out right here in the strap to make it ride a little bit higher on me. And as what that point is, I'm taking advantage of all these little lashings and everything else, and I'm clipping a very crudely constructed pouch. Okay, this pouch was not designed for this water bottle. This is something that I very crudely attached to this so that I can work with the concept of carrying my water bottle like this. This is a way that I've never carried it before. So I wanted to put this on there in a crude manner and find out if it carries well, if it's annoying, what I like and what I dislike about it before I try to build something more advanced for it. I've also got my knife right there because since I'm right-handed, instead of having my knife on my hip and this bag bouncing up on it and everything else, I have that on my strap. And then of course, you guys know that I love tinder. I collect tinder every chance I get because you just never know when you're gonna find good quality tinder or when it's going to be wet and all that good stuff. So I've got my tinder pouch right there at the ready as well. Of course, there is plenty of room for adjustment on the strap, even though, like I said, I went back and took a little bit extra out for me. Most people are going to be able to throw this on and they're going to like the way it feels. I'm just a little bit picky when it comes to my haversacks. Now, remember all these lashings and everything, that was like the original Molly system, you know, before we had all that fancy webbing and all that good stuff, that Powell's webbing. So on the back, before I dig into the inside, and everyone's going to be like, well, things are going to fall out. Yeah, again, crudely constructed. So if you choose to build yourself a very crude toggle, boom, there you go. No big deal. But on the back, I have a tomahawk, and of course you can use, an axe if you prefer, but it's lashed down. It's not going anywhere because of how I've got it lashed. But I also have it to where I could get this off pretty damn quick and easy if I had full use of both hands. But even with one hand, you can see that I can slip it out of there like so. Now again, you can use a tomahawk if you wish, or an axe, doesn't matter. Take advantage of these lashings. Something else keep in mind is you've seen me have, this sweatshirt on here like this. Well, I don't have it on there because I need that cushion. This thing actually has a really wide and soft strap, so it rides on very comfortable, Now, with all that added weight, is it going to feel like it's riding on a cloud? Of course not. I mean, it's a haversack. That's why they made backpacks. But, again, you're not going to drop your backpack in a fire and be able to pull it out without damage. This thing, you're going to be able to. But, it's not cold out here right now. This right here is my shelter. Okay, this is my first line of defense when it comes to shelter. Now, I can wrap it around my waist and tie it around there, and it can serve no purpose at all. Or I can fold it up in such a way that when I'm wearing my haversack, it provides cushion and padding, in these areas. Then it becomes multifunctional. Now, this video, of course, is in no way, shape, or form trying to tell anyone what they should wear in their kit or how they should have their kit. This is something I literally started putting together yesterday, so it's a kit that I am experimenting with. This is the whole reason for coming out today, is to get a good feel for this kit so that I can say, yes, this thing it's awesome, I love it. Or I can say, well, it's nice, but it has its downfalls. So here is what I've got so far. Obviously, you guys seen my tinder pouch. You've got my knife, you've got a tomahawk, axe, whatever you prefer. I've got a belt pouch. I have got a ring belt. I've got my water bottle pouch. We got room in here that I can stuff things in the bottom. Again, this pouch was not made specifically for this water bottle. It's just a concept I'm working with. The tarp. Again, you've seen me carry this tarp around instead of being able to also lash it to my body somehow. I'm carrying it so that way I have inspiration for what it is that I want to build. There is going to be a bedroll system made in a more crude fashion as well, and that is what I'm trying to get inspiration for at the moment. Let's see here, let's just open up the old, let's just dig right into the Revenant. All right, so what I got is I have got my Laplander. Now I've got my Laplander lashed to the outside of the bag, but I can flip it into the bag and hold it that way, so that way, there's just less chance of something coming loose. And in here, because I'm trying to stick with the traditional theme on this particular kit, I have got a flint and steel kit in here with another cutting tool on top. I might actually do a little bit with this kit here in a little bit, one-handed, to see if I can. I've also got a repair kit that I made many years ago. Inside of here, let's just take a look. We got different needles and thread, a small Leatherman multi-tool, and another steel striker. This time of year, when I first came out here, it was kind of cold. So I have a hat, a pair of fingerless gloves. We have a very crude bow drill set with a deer antler toggle. I've also left the point on there so that I can flake my flint as they get dull for my flint and steel. In my opinion, a deer antler toggle is just the best when it comes to a friction-free toggle, because it's friction-free. You don't feel any burning, on your back of your hand. It serves I think that that's the best way to go, but who am I? I'm nobody. I've also got a Millbanks bag in here. I've really grown to like this little bag. Oop, there's my spoon. Titanium spoon fork. All right, but I've really grown to like this bag because I can just scoop up a large amount of water in this and pre-filter it before I boil or anything along those lines. It just serves a lot of different purposes. So it's something that I've really grown to enjoy. All right, so digging into the belt pouch, first thing I have in here is a couple Mylar blankets. I am not under the impression that these things will last more than one use, fellas. I know how fragile these things are. I've played with these things. The thing is, the reason I have it in here is because my buddy Larry Roberts from Clothing Confident, during our Prepared Hunter video, he actually used a couple of these in the Prepared Hunter video, and he pulled an overnighter with these as his shelter. Watch the video. I'm going to put a link there. But if Larry tells me how these actually really helped him during that situation, for me, it's a no-brainer to put them in my pack. Again, they're not going to last. I have no delusions with that. But they're in there right now if I need them. Sticking with the traditional theme, I have got some of that leather conditioner that I make in here so that I can use it to apply to any of that stuff. Use it as a lip balm, whatever, candles, you name it. Eat it if you have to, because it's all natural. I don't suggest you do it, but you can. Inside, I've got one of my steel striker points in here. Again, this thing itself has a lot of uses, including a beer bottle opener. Lighter. This is for friction fire here, for the hand drill. You're gonna see these things in action very soon. At the moment, I just can't. My stupid hook claw gets in the way. Travis Henry actually has a video that I took demonstrating these, and I'm gonna show you guys that as well soon. And a good old ferro rod. But the idea, guys, is not me showing you, hey, this is the kit, this is what you need. This is just me coming out playing with this particular kit so that it will evolve into the kit that I want. You know, that's what it's all about. Anyone that gets out here and says, this is what you need, this here, this is the best, this thing right here, blah, 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 blah. I appreciate those guys putting out the effort to show me the stuff, but we need to make up our own minds, come to our own conclusions. That's what it's all about. All right, so now let's say that I have, this is where I want to set up my camp. Let's say that I've set up my camp. There's no need for me to carry all this stuff around at this point. So now I can just literally put my ring belt on with maybe my belt pouch and my essentials. I could carry my water bottle with me. But the thing is this kit, even all lashed together, I am finding that it's really quite comfortable. It's not bothering me moving through these woods at all. It just isn't. It feels very natural. It feels very soft. It feels strong. It feels rugged. I can, well, here, let's just, I can beat the shit out of it, and at the end of the day, know that it's going to be okay. Yes, my Laplander saw sheath just went flying because I unlashed it, but you guys get the idea. Oh, no marks. Look at that. Still beautiful. Now it's back to what I'm out here doing. I am trying to find some morels. Might be a little early for them yet, but my cousin did find some yesterday, so they're here somewhere. It's just a matter of finding them. All right, so talk about being a little excited and at the same time being a little frightened right now. I live in Kansas. We don't have large predators. However, every once in a while we will have cougar come through here. It's definitely not unheard of, but extremely uncommon. Never in my life have I ever seen a cougar, mountain lion, whatever you want to call them, in person. Nor have I ever seen a track. And right just beyond where I'm looking, I swear I saw what could have been one. I don't know for certain. I'm going to try to sneak that direction and see what I can find. It's worth mentioning that that's one thing that I found with this natural soft leather. It's very quiet, moves through here very easy. All this is Osage orange. Very thorny. I'm rubbing up against this. It's not damaging it. Fingers crossed. the way that it moved was very characteristic of a cat. Everyone's going to be yelling at me, why don't I have the camera facing that direction? That's a very good point. I don't know why I'm staring at myself right now in the camera. It's just up ahead right now, or at least the location that I seen it. Here it is. There it is. Did you guys see it move? I just seen it again, but guess what? That's how easy it is for the mind to play tricks on you as a raccoon. I seen him moving through there. We spotted each other right at the same time. I don't know if I'll be able to show it on video or not. I'll see. You know what? Right as soon as I said that, something inside said, no, you've seen something. It was not a raccoon. You've been around raccoon your whole damn life, dummy. What you seen was more reddish color. And something about the way the back moved and arched was very cat-like. Just because I seen a raccoon right there does not mean that I didn't see a mountain lion. So I'm still going to approach this area quietly and cautiously, even though that is the wrong thing to do. I want to see if I can get it on video. Yeah, that might be a little stupid, but that's what makes me me, I guess. Alright, so it was down here somewhere. That's where I seen it cross. So let's hope that I can find some sort of print in this sand. Plenty of deer. See some small raccoon and possum tracks. Now, knowing what very little I know about cats, I would imagine it probably would have utilized that right there to get across. So looking down here, I don't see any prints or anything. Alright, so it looks like I finally found one. It doesn't look like it's in the best of shape. Pull it out of there right quick. I'll be the first to admit, when it comes to morel hunting, I'm not the wisest person when it comes to how to do it and everything along those lines. I would say that this is in pretty rough shape. Now I can flip it over after I've cut it off and I can see that it's hollow all the way through, so Very confident it's a morel, but the shape that it's in, that's not very good shape at all. But the fact that I found it means good things. It means I'm in the right area. I might actually come across a whole bunch of them at this point, so fingers crossed. Got a tom out there staring at me. I heard him sounding off. They're a good ways out there. This thing's all zoomed in and extremely shaky. Tell you what, I sure wish I had my turkey call with me right now. Got a couple two good toms out there. They're actually headed this way, so I've actually just kind of taken refuge behind this big downed cottonwood, and I'm going to see if they come up on me. Alright, so just as I was getting ready to try to stock up on them a little bit further, I noticed a hen heading this way. And of course that got the tom his attention, so they might be heading this way again. She should be making an appearance right along here in just a minute, if she stays course. Well, the hen has since moved on, and the toms, they look like they have left the area as well. But it's a good spot. Had I had a call, I think, or at least sorry, I keep hearing things. That turkey are not the brightest of animals, but they have extremely good eyesight. So as long as you don't make a lot of real sharp, sudden moves and use, like this down log that I'm behind, you can get these turkey to come up very close without camouflage. I have my Glock on me right now. Had I wanted to take a shot at that hen, I guarantee I could have gotten her. But why am I going to do that? But it's just important to note. So even though that I'm out here morel hunting technically and testing out my Revenant gear, I still don't just trudge through the woods all willy-nilly like. I take my time, I move very slow, very methodically, because you never know when you're going to come up on turkey like that, or what I thought might have been a mountain lion. But even though I didn't get any video evidence of a mountain lion, I hope I still got video evidence that there was a raccoon. So just by taking your time, moving slow, methodically, you'll get closer to animals and nature than what you think. It's when we just trudge through the woods all willy-nilly like that we're never going to get up close and personal with these animals. Any second that I'm standing here, I could have deer or anything else move in. There's squirrel running above right now. Like I said, just take your time. And I'm taking note of all these spots, all these dens that I'm finding for next trapping season. Something you don't always come across in the wild, or at least in my area. Flags. I would imagine somehow, some way, a human is involved here. But who knows? You know, as I'm sitting here taking a break, it occurred to me that I made a very bold statement earlier. And I have a feeling if I don't demonstrate that some way, shape, or form, I'm going to have someone yell at me. I claimed that this kit could be dropped in a fire, and as long as you didn't take your time getting it out, it wasn't going to be damaged. Well, obviously I'm out here morel hunting, so I'm not going to start a huge fire, but why don't we just go ahead and start a very small fire, and I'll tell you what, I'll just throw my kit in it. Bloody savages. Guaranteed someone's gonna... You guys are sick. That's what the problem is. You want to see this destruction of gear. Absolutely sick. Although I like where your heads are. You want to make sure that these claims are not just that. You want to make sure that this stuff is as durable as I claim it is. I get it. Yep. Again, obviously it's not a very big fire. And the marks that are on here, yeah, they just give character. That's called use and abuse right there, boys and girls. Wasn't a huge fire, okay? Again, it's not the point. The point is not me trying to destroy my gear. The point is me showing you that with good quality gear like this, it can be dropped into a hot fire, be pulled out, and no permanent damage. All right, so what are my final thoughts on this so far? Well, first and foremost, it is way more comfortable than what I thought it was going to be. And if you're concerned about it bouncing around on you and everything else, you'll notice that's why I took my ring belt out and actually wrapped it around me to keep it more secure for times when I'm going over large trees or underneath something, you know, something along those lines that you're just a little bit more concerned about it flopping all the way around. I never got uncomfortable while using this. You know, obviously it's not like riding, you know, having a cloud of pillows right on you, but you're not going to find that with anything. I mean, even the best hiking backpacks out there, I mean, you're still going to obviously know they're out there or on you. And this entire kit at 13 pounds with water, I don't think is necessarily that bad. So the fact that you can lash literally just anything that you want to this thing and know that it's not going anywhere, that's a huge plus in my book. I also love the fact that I can just take this and scrape it all over this tree. I ain't got to worry about material fraying off or anything along those lines. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of Kadura out there that is extremely strong and has a very high flame tolerance to it as well. You're just never going to get a comparison between the two. Like I showed, I can drop this on the fire. This could have stayed on that fire for a lot longer than what it was on there, and I could pull it back off and, you know, recondition it and everything. And I'll show that in an upcoming video with some scrap leather, but I'm definitely not going to demonstrate that with my personal gear. I just wanted to show it that I have faith in my gear that I can actually drop it, like I said, on that fire, pull it off, and it's going to be fine, and I'm going to know that my contents are protected. Let's just put it that way. So you will definitely see me carrying this a lot more. If you're going to the Wolf Customs gathering, then obviously you'll be able to get your, you actually get a hold of this particular kit, feel it, all that fun stuff. But yeah, like I said, the fact that I don't have to be gentle with it or anything, I don't know what more to say. But guys, I really appreciate you coming along with me today, testing this new kit out, looking for some morels, even though we only found one and it was definitely frost burnt or something, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to be back out with this thing probably tomorrow, probably several times throughout the week, continuously testing it out, and also continuously looking for these damn morels. So anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed it, and as always, have a good one.